Hello, on this video I'm going to talk about PostBack, and this situation can drive people crazy, especially those who are just learning about it. So I'm going to create a project. I'm going to right click, add a web form, and inside the form I'm going to add three things. I'm going to add a text box, and then I'm going to add a label, and right in between I'm going to put a button. And now on click I'm going to put equal, and then I'm going to click on create new event. And with that, Visual Studio creates a function for me right here. So now I have two functions, the page load and the unnamed click. So on the page load I want to set the value of the text box. So text box name dot text equals general. That's all it does. So once the page loads, you want to set the text general. And then once the user clicks on the button, this function is going to be called, and then I want to get the text from the text box. So string name equals text, and then I want to get this name and set on the label. So label name dot text equals name. So very simple. Basically what this page does, it picks up the value from the text box and then places on the label. So let's run this website. So right here in the top, very simple, I have a text box, a submit button, and then I have a text label right here. So if I click submit, then it copies what's on the text box to the label. But if I want to put something else, Mary, and if I click on submit, now nothing happens and general gets put back here. So whatever you put right here, then the general gets overwritten on top of it. The question is why? The reason is because you would think the page loads just once. In this case it does not. It loads once and sets the text box. But once the user clicks on the button, it doesn't only call this function, but also calls a page load. So how can we avoid this thing being executed twice? We just want this thing to be executed on page load. So with the if statement, we can check if is PostBack. So if it is PostBack, then we want to execute some code. But in this case, we want to execute this code only if it's not a PostBack. So I'm going to put a not right here. So if not PostBack, then execute this. In other words, we're just going to set the value of the text box once and once only. The next time the page loads again, we're not going to execute this code. So let's run this program and see what happens. So now I have the same thing, the text box, the submit button, and the label. I click submit, general gets copy. If I change the value here for something else, submit, now the value comes here and preserves what was in the text box. And again, the reason that happens is because we are checking if it's PostBack. Now I know this looks very simple, but for people that are learning, this is highly confusing. But anyway, so thanks for watching this video. This is easy and you can do it.